Shalom to Moshe Feiglin, head of the Jewish leadership faction in the Likud.
Shalom, shalom.
So the former Chief of Staff Minister of Strategic Affairs and Deputy Prime Minister Moshe Feiglin spoke at an event of your movement earlier this week. The footage was released yesterday, and criticism is being heard throughout the Israeli media. What seemed to cause this stir?
I think those elites that control the country, I'm talking about the major elites in the media, in the Supreme Court, get afraid when from the combination of these ideological forces inside the Likud. They got used to, and Netanyahu unfortunately gave them the reason to get used to the fact that the vote of the national camp, the majority of Israel, after the election is being used in their favor. We see that it doesn't matter if you vote left or right. At the end, the left agenda of Oslo and so on, two-state solution and so on, keep on leading Israel towards destruction. Now, when Bogie alone joined forces with Feiglin and Manhigut Yehudit, it stopped that process, and that's why the media is jumping and all the elites are jumping and trying to neutralize that direction.
Now, what's your opinion regarding the statements made by Ya'alon?
Of course, I enjoyed what I heard, and I am in favor of what he said. There was nothing new in Ya'alon's speech. I read his book. I heard him a few times before. He did not say things he did not said in the past. The point was not what he said, but where he said it. It is very, very important that we will all back up people, figures like Ya'alon and other leaders in Likud that keep strength, keep the national spirit and the national ideas, and don't crumble down under the offensive of the left. And in order to do that, and this is crucial, everybody should join Likud. If Ya'alon will crumble down now, the message to the entire Likud will be, you cannot go against the left. And the only way we can stop that process and not let the Likud become again a tool of destruction like it was in Gush Katif, in Oslo, in Yamit and so on, the only way to do it is by us joining Likud, participate Likud, sign the forms of being a member of the Likud, and letting all these leaders in the Likud know that they have the national camp, the people's backing to this direction.
Now, regarding the cabinet minister himself, do you think Ya'alon is a true Land of Israel loyalist, or do you feel that he too may act and talk differently if he reaches higher positions in the leadership?
So far, he made a very good impression on me personally and many others as a honest man, and with a good sense, intellectual, open mind, and not being led by the extreme forces wherever they want.
Some people on the right have stated that the Land of Israel is safer with a leftist government because, in fact, the so-called right-wing governments have made more actual concessions throughout the years. Now, looking back at the government's actions since Netanyahu was elected, how do you feel about that?
If we will not join Likud and make sure that people like Ya'alon, like myself, and other good national leaders inside the Likud have the real backing of the national public, of the right-wing people, if we're not going to participate Likud and back them, that exactly will be the danger, that the Likud will again become a tool by the minority of the left.
Moshe Feiglin, head of the Jewish leadership faction in the Likud party, thank you very much for joining us.